Coach East to Rock Side, here to talk about saunas and steam rooms. I got a question about, is a sauna good for you? I remember when we was playing in college, when I would be playing in college, we had a steam room, no, we had a sauna right next to the locker room. And man, we would hit the sauna. Matter of fact, I can't even take it back before that. Back in when we was playing AAU on our national, that's when I really started to learn about the saunas. When we would go to the AAU national tournaments, I would, I never forget, me and my man Jay Poe, we found out that, back then people were just saying anything. The saunas, oh man, it's going to clear up your skin, it's going to get you right. Man, I'm telling you, me and him must have stayed in there for about 20, 30 minutes. Because at that time, I think I might have had some breakouts or something on my skin. Not like that, but just little pimples. When you're younger, you silly like that. So, but he had a little bit, his skin was a little bit more tougher. And we would be in there. And man, I'm telling you, 20, 30 minutes, man, they used to have to pull us out of there. We were standing there forever. We didn't really know that there was a time frame that you should or shouldn't be in there. And I even took that on to college. But our athletic director, the assistant athletic director, Big Hitch, Tom Hitcho, he was very knowledgeable on health. He was also the trainer. So he would drop that knowledge like, no, you can't really be in there that long. My thing is, I prefer, and by the way, I've been in the saunas, as they call them, in Germany. I've been in those. I've been in the joints where it's women too. And then sometimes you got to go in there with your clothes off. It would be funny, man. In Austria, I would be, and it's like everybody, it's like showering in the open space. It was hilarious, man, because you got to imagine it. It's not, it wouldn't be a lot of black people where I was at that specific spot at that specific time, although there are a lot of so-called people of color in Germany. It was just hilarious, man, just being there and everybody staring at you. You got joints, you got women in there, it was crazy, man. But I couldn't do it that many times because it was hilarious. But the thing about the sauna is this: the sauna is pretty much dry heat. Now, some people use the infrared sauna, which is supposed to be good for arthritis and actually healing the body. The infrared saunas are driven by charcoal, carbon, stuff like that. But normally, the normal saunas are like ovens. That's the best way I could put it. Ovens. So you're pretty much baking in there. That's pretty much what's going on. But the thing about it is that it could dry your pores out. That's the thing. Whereas if you look at like steam room, see, I prefer steam room over the sauna any day. If I had to choose, I always prefer steam room because it's almost like saying, look, which one is going to be better for, let's take a vegetable. If you put the vegetable at 400 degrees, let's say that the oven's already hot, you put the oven at 400 degrees and you put the vegetable in there and let it go for 20 minutes, as opposed to you steaming that vegetable for 20 minutes. Which one do you think is going to have more nutrients? Which one is going to be well done? Probably the one that is baked. That is the basic difference between steam room and sauna. Steam room, you are pretty much detoxifying. You're purifying a lot because it's making you really just sweat, detoxifying. Whereas the sauna is heating up and you may sweat, but everybody's going to sweat. Everybody's going to release toxins in the steam room. But the sauna, it may take a while for you to start to get to release that stuff. The sauna, if I'm not mistaken, heats up between 150 or 158 to 212 degrees. Whereas the steam room is going to get to about 120 max. So you got to understand that you're looking at health issues. If you stay in the sauna, you can't stay in there more than 15, 20 minutes. Not to mention you are also those levels of heat are not going to be 212 degrees. And we would be fools. We'd be in there throwing, and you really not supposed to do this. We were just throwing water on the thing, on the, what is it called? It's like a stove, I guess. We were throwing water on the stove, you know. Whereas the steam room has like a steam type generator. It's like a thing that comes out of the top. If you look at the steam room is always on a slant. The top is always on a slant because and we're speaking architecture now. I used to study architecture. I actually majored in architecture in high school. That's what I wanted to do. I did blueprints and all that. But if you look at a steam room, it's on a slant. If it was just straight like this, horizontal, what will happen is the steam will drop down on the people that's in the steam room, and it will burn you. If anybody has ever been in a steam room, you know what I'm talking about. You touch or you get hit by, you may be in a corner, and something may be in that corner. Maybe some kind of something that may come out from the wall or something, and it drips on you, and you get that on you, and you like, yo, that's burning, that's hot. I got to get away from that. Well, that's what would happen to the whole room if it was just straight horizontal like that, the ceiling. So it has to be slanted pretty much. But, you know, like I said, I prefer the steam room over the sauna. The sauna is just, now that I know better, it just gets so hot. I'm not saying that I wouldn't do it occasionally. Most people, if you're going to do it, you may want to try the infrared sauna. The infrared saunas cost more. From what I remember, when I was in Russia and I had a knee surgery over there, just like a scope, a debridement to clean the knee. The infrared costs more for you to be in there, the infrared sauna. It did cost more, but I think I had it built in. Man, I was living at a nice spa. Shout out to Coach Sachs, man. We were living at a nice spa. It was called Pirita Top Spa. I was in Tallinn, Estonia. I call it Russia, but former Republic of Russia. Tallinn, Estonia is where we had the infrared. We had the infrared sauna, as they call it in Europe. So in the end, I gotta go with the I'm gonna go with the steam room. Unequivocally, 100%, without a doubt, that is my absolute favorite, the steam room, because you are cleansing the body, especially people who may be constipated. You really need that. You really need that because this is going to be one of your eliminative channels if you're not using the restroom. You want to get trash out of the system. That's really one of the best ways. The one thing that the sauna and the steam room they do is that they promote blood circulation. And we know that we want things to be circulating. We want things to be moving. So it's going to help things circulate and also going to send you to the bathroom. The one thing that I didn't really like about being in the sauna is like you be drained. And sometimes it would dry you out so much. And depending upon how much you dry it out, you may have like, how can I say this? When you become, the thing about that sauna is like it's so hot, it's taking away from the organs because that's how hot it is. It's harming, not harming, but the organs are not functioning as good as they could when you're in that sauna because, again, that's an oven. You don't want to bake. You want to kind of just steam, kind of just remove toxins. You don't want to bake. Yeah, you're removing toxins to a degree, obviously, with the sauna because you're sweating, but we're talking about the difference between Arizona and Florida. Some people cannot stand that dry heat, and that's what Arizona has. In the desert, you're talking about the desert, the dry heat. Whereas Florida is hot, but it's the humidity. That's the best way I can explain it. The humidity versus the dry heat. Some people actually like the humidity. So it's just a matter of choice. Some people don't like the humidity. So I'm saying that the steam room, aka humidity, is better for me. That's why you see me in a tropical environment. Because I don't like that. I can't deal with that cold like that, man. I've done that for a long time. So it's better for me to be here. Anyway, that's going to do it. Coach Cheese to Rock. So I'll leave a link too that actually breaks a lot of this stuff down to just to simplify, so you can make your decision. Depending on who you are, one may be better than the other. For me, I feel like as a human being, I was not born to bake, so I got to go with the steam room. Sauna bakes you. The steam room steams you. Alright? So, Coach Cheese to Rockstar. Do not forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Coach Cheese to Rockstar, as well as like the Facebook page, rate, subscribe, share these videos. We're going into the new year now. Let's get it. Peace.